How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome along to the Motorcycle Hour podcast, brought to you by Clonegale MCC. Before we kick it off, just a massive shout out to our sponsors, Terence Healy Motorcycles. Terence Healy Motorcycles is a one-stop shop for all your motorcycle needs, stocking a large range of quality used motorcycles and also a main Honda dealer for the Midlands. They also offer the latest gear and motorcycle gear and accessories, and Terence Healy's is an approved RSA training centre. So check out their website on thmotorcycles.ie. Also, a massive thanks to motorcycletraining.ie for sponsoring the podcast. For all your motorcycle training requirements for IBT or any pre-test requirements, check out motorcycletraining.ie. Before we kick it off, we do also want to mention that this podcast is intended for an audience of 18 years and older. So just remember this when deciding where and when you listen. How's it going, folks? And you're very welcome back to the Motorcycle Hour podcast. On this week's episode number 45, we have the legend of a man himself, Eric Dalton's here, going to be talking all about Rally Raid and how you get into it and a bit about his motorcycling career. Before we kick that off, better say hello to Cha. Cha is like a demon this evening. What's going on, Cha?
Nothing, bud.
I'm
in great form. I am just great form.
Great to see. The big red head and you have blood pressure. Did you check out blood pressure today?
No.
Something must have happened now. Were you caught in traffic or something? Or the key and drop on your bikes or something? No. We're all good. All right, okay. And losing his podcast virginity, newest member of Clonegale and fellow Moore, Ben Moore. How are you getting on, man?
I'm good. How are yourself?
Not a bother. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you on. You're a member of Clonegale about how many weeks now?
Not too long, but going strong.
Going strong.
Yeah.
Best couple of weeks of his life, I believe.
Yeah.
Taking after the big man here himself.
Sure, want us on the bike, that's all you want.
That's all you want. We're joined here in studio. Tony Moore's here as well, although we've no microphone in front of him for legal reasons. For legal reasons. Ross McQuaid's over there drinking Guinness. And we have our resident groupie, Davina Cave, here as well. She doesn't like that at all. Very good. We're all out here. We're having a bit of a meeting before. We have a couple of plans afoot for a bit of a fundraiser that's going to be happening over the next probably month or two. So we'll be keeping everybody posted, but we are coming up with plans for that. So there'll be more about that shortly. Without further ado, Eric Dalton, how are you keeping, man?
All good, mate.
Good stuff. For those that don't know you, give us a bit of a background. Obviously, you do the motorcycle training.
Dalton Motorcycle Training there at Kinnegall Plaza, and we do all the test centres in Dublin, Navan, Naas, Mullingar, all those type of places.
You're part of the Kinnegall cartel, so?
I have indeed.
Absolutely, 100%. Come here, obviously you've I've been following you. I heard you on another podcast as well. You do Rally Raid, which is something that's fairly new. Well, it is completely new to all of us. So
yeah. How
did you get into biking? I suppose we'll start from the start.
So biking itself, I got into when got my first job when I was 17. Got my first bike. But before that, the interest in it came from as a kid. In around New Year's, you'd see snippets on the news about the Dakar Rally and stuff like that, and I always looked at that going, Jesus, that looks amazing.
Yeah,
be able to do that type of thing on a motorcycle. And then growing up in Finglas, there was bikes out around the place all the time, so it was a natural progression then to want a bike. And then as soon as I could afford one, I bought my first one, which was a KMX 125, which is a dirt type bike, 2-stroke back then. And it was probably one of the most popular bikes at the time back then for lads hooning around. And you could go through Finglas just crossing a road to get another green area at the time. So it was the type of bike that you wanted to have back then. So it was good beginnings.
Yeah, honest to God.
Blackguard.
You'd see plenty of them around Finglas still, wouldn't you? That's where a lot of the true best motocrossers actually started off, to be fair, all up around there, yeah. And come here, so did you do a bit of motocross? Did you go into motocross at all?
No, I used to just mess around on that bike in Finglas, and then life gets in the way, you get your job and all that. So I didn't really start doing dirt racing or anything like that until I was probably about 10 years ago, to be honest. Because I couldn't afford it for starters. I had other things happening in life at the time, like joining the army and that, and I was doing that. And Where that was concerned, then I joined the Defence Force Motorcycle Club at the time, which is now the Green Knights. That's where. That's where that came from.
That's mad. I didn't know that. Yeah.
So I was in that. I used to just mess about with it, really.
Yeah.
And go away on the odd weekend with the lads, like. But I never really competed until we all got together doing an event called the Paddy Dakar every year. It's probably, I think it's 13th or 14th year, and it's
down in Wexford. Is that down in Wexford?
Down in Limerick.
Oh, it's in Limerick, is it?
It's the last weekend of September most years. So we got into doing that just as a weekend away, door biking and having a bit of crack. And there was a few lads on that expressed interest of doing rallies and stuff like that. Like, so on one of those, it was probably 10 years ago. There was a few of us there that would meet up at the paddy and enjoy ourselves together over that weekend. And we kind of all said, like, why are we dreaming about doing rallies when we could actually do rallies?
Yeah.
So there was myself, Noel Donnelly, Damo, Massimo. There was a few of us there, and David Reinhardt was one of them as well. And
David Reinhardt from Overlanders?
From AMI, yeah.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
So we all kind of put a head together and said, look, why don't we just go and do our rally? Like, so that year then we put the plans together to go and do the Hellas Rally. So I think there was 9 of us went out on the Hellas Rally that year. First rally for all of us. And now there was rallying in Ireland before that, but it was little known. But there was amazing lads doing rallying in Ireland at the time, like Nick Craigie, who completed the Dakar 3 or 4 times.
Yeah.
There was Gunnar. You ever hear of Gunnar?
No.
He was one of the founding lads in the Defence Force Motorcycle Club. He raced the Dakar and all. There was a lot of lads in the background doing the Dakar, and there was no real recognition for them back then. And that's what the paddy was designed to do, was to give them recognition. And then it brought people together that kind of said, right, you know what, we can now start doing that ourselves. And we went and done that. Dave Reinhardt supplied the truck and all to transport the bikes over.
Where? Where is that? Sorry, where did you say that?
That was in Greece.
Oh, in Greece. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
So it was a 7-day rally that was affordable, that we said, right, we go and do that. And there was 8 of us out of 9 completed. And we fell in love with it. But one of the lads, Noel Donnelly, that was on that trip, he fell in love with the logistics side of it, from being around the rally teams that were there. Yeah. And that's where Rally Raid Ireland came from then.
Oh, go ahead, right.
And now that offers service support and the ability for you to give your bike to a service team and to get it anywhere that are going to run a rally. He basically puts up a list at the end of every year saying, right, I'm committing to this one. And then you can pick whichever one you want to do out of that.
Okay.
And then he looks after the logistics of it, for getting the bike out there, servicing the bike while you're out there, getting your parts and all out there. And he's now a Cove dealer. So the whole idea of that is that the bikes that are going to be going out now, a lot of them will be Coves, because a lot of people have bought one, including myself. Okay. And he's a parts dealer for that now. So he'll have service support items in the truck. Okay. That if you need them, you can buy them. If you don't need them, then he'll even have spare engines at that eventually.
What bike did you say it is?
It's a Cove 450. It's a purpose-built Dakar bike.
Oh, go ahead, right?
That a lot of lads that's affordable. Like, if you take the equivalent KTM, it's 30,000 euros. If you take the Cove itself in the basic form, it's 999. Sold in through Rally Raid Ireland and CCM in Tala.
Oh yeah.
And if you look at the pro version of that, which would have the carbon tower and all the same as the KTM, it's 14, I think.
So
it's now making things affordable for you to go and do that, you know.
Right. And back say to the Paddy Dakar, which would be probably go through that. Like, that's accessible to anybody, really.
Yeah, anybody really. Yeah, but what happens with it now is that it's opened up to, I think there's 120 places on it or something like that.
Okay.
And it's usually opened up to people who have done it before first.
Okay.
And they get first dibs on registering for that year, and then any shortcomings off that then are opened back up to the public then. So you can get into it, you know what I mean? But this year it has a different format. Normally it's off-road, and they lay out I think it's about 35 different navigation points, and you can plan your own route to try and achieve as many as you can within the day. So it takes you into a lot of off-road areas and great routes, and you can plan your own route around that. But this year it's a navigational thing for road, because there's no insurance for off-road in Ireland. So that's hampering things at the minute, you know.
Okay. And so the whole idea of it, you said that goes on over how many days?
It's a Friday and a Saturday.
Last
weekend of the September.
Is there another one that I'm thinking of? Is there something called, is it the Hare and the Hound or something? Or the Horse?
Hare and Hounds are like an enduro event, but couple of hours long.
Yeah.
So all the enduro riders would start at the start of the track. The hare goes out in front of them, and then they try. The hare's a more experienced, more professional rider. He goes out in front of them, and they try and chase him down.
Okay.
That's the hare and hound. It's a bit of crack, like.
Yeah. There's lads can do that in quads and everything, can they?
Yeah, well, they normally do a quad one and then a bike one, like.
Okay.
And there'll be different levels on that as well, like.
Okay, right. Yeah. Jeez, great. Now, I often heard lads, on about it before, and I don't know whether this is true. Like lads were saying, if you had a dirt bike and you just put some sort of a light on it, that you're good to go. But I don't know, is that true? Do you have to have a registered, like a road registered bike?
That doesn't cross roads, so you just need a dirt bike to do that.
Oh, okay, yeah, that'll be a bit of crack, yeah. So the bike,
but enduro bikes, an enduro event,
yeah,
you have to have headlights, rear light, and registered and everything.
Oh, okay. And say the likes of the Paddy Dakar, say for lads that wanted that are getting into it, typically what kind of bike would you see down there? Like obviously you're saying
see everything and anything.
CG 125. What do you think?
CG 125. Jeez, you're awake.
He's not wrong though.
Is he not?
That's a fact of it.
Like, knobbly tires
there's
on
everything and anything. When it first started, like people were showing up on Africa Twins and stuff like that, like because they were the Dakar bred bikes from that era. You know what I mean? But as time has gone by, they've gotten lighter and lighter, and they've gotten more bizarre. Like there's lads doing it on Honda 50s and Cub 90s, like with door tires on them.
Go away,
there's lads
serious?
doing it on Groms, you know.
So you don't actually need. What I'm saying is, you don't need to go out and spend a ball of money on a specific bike.
An adventure day like that can be done on any bike. Like.
Right.
Well, you do get lads showing up on Kajiva elephants, on 10 Ray 700s, on KTM 890s, all the latest tech on them and all the rest. You see those lads as well.
They're doctors and solicitors and barristers.
What about Triumph Tiger?
Yeah.
Right
100% they'd be there, yeah.
Thank God.
Stickers saying nobody's on our brand. Away with you.
Away with the right job.
Well, you get everything up to BMW 1300 GSs right down to the CG 125. Whatever you want.
What would be the crack if I wanted to bring the old boozer? Stickers saying nobody's on her and away with me, yeah?
There was a lad done it 1 year on a GSX R600 with nobbies on it.
Legend. That's my guy. That's a legend. Fucking hell. Holy shit. Yeah. And then is it that sort of, normally it's obviously a mix. It's mostly off-road, but obviously this year it's going to be road pints.
It's road-based this year, yeah. Just to keep it going, that it doesn't miss it another year, because it missed 1 year where COVID blanked it out altogether. But since then it's been back and they don't want to lose it again. So they're running a road event this year just to keep it going with the hopes of having the off-road insurance again next year.
Okay. It must be, like, obviously I done a bit of motocross a couple of years ago and stuff, so it is like off-road riding. You could be the best road rider in the world, but off-road it's just a different. What's he fucking laughing at? Is he having a fit or something? Do you know what I mean?
I don't
Jav, if
think
you're going to take a stroke, will you please go out there, because I don't know how to restart
I think
this.
he's laughing at your commentary. He's not talking about himself.
I'm not talking about myself. I'm just saying that, like, you could be the best pilot ever on a road bike, but when it gets to motocross or off-road, it's a different kettle of fish.
Yeah, I'm seeing that from the other side of the coin at the minute, because there's no off-road events. One of the lads there a few months back now, said that he was going to go back doing track days, and mates of mine were always saying to me, Eric, you should do track days, and I just never had an interest in sports bikes, never did.
Yeah.
Just didn't serve anything in my biking life, like. But I went and done the track training day on my GS, and just as a bit of crack, just to be with the lads. And,
GS, BMW GS.
Yeah. An F900 GS trophy.
Go
ahead. So door tires on it.
Did they let you out on it? No.
Yeah. So I enjoyed that day, and I bought a cheap GSXR 750 K7 off the back of that, like, and I've done 2 track days now.
Love it.
And I love it, but it's totally different.
Yeah, I've seen you on Facebook, and I knew well as that man is going to go balls out with this. I just knew by you were going to give it everything. Yeah, it's different. It's completely different. Yeah. I'm 33 years on bikes, and I'm under no illusion as to where I am where that's concerned. Like, and people keep saying to me, you're in novice. So what? I'm only starting this. It's only new to me, you know. Different story.
And it is totally different. And each time I go down, I try and get one of the instructors with me and try and learn off them, you know. That's the important part.
Do you find it weird? And this is something I think I've discussed with you. Just going back to the IBT and the train as the training end of things.
Yeah.
So obviously when you're training, you try and get into people's heads. Like when you're going around the bend, like, you need to push out on the road that you can see around the bend.
Yeah.
But obviously the flip side of that, when you're on a track, it's the fucking opposite.
It's
you want to cut the corner, give yourself as much room to get around it.
And then you have the apex.
Yeah. So do you find that hard now to kind of get that into your head?
obviously the first day was learning those lines. Like, so no, I know a track is a track, and I know the road is a road. Like, so it didn't make that much of a difference to me. But learning the track was obviously a benefit.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I now know that. But what I find the most weird is that when you're dirt riding and you're cornering, you're kind of leaning on your outside peg and you're standing up and you're trying to look through where you want to go. So the look through where you want to go is the only thing that's the same.
Yeah, that is true. Don't be looking where you are. Look where you're going. Look through. Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Instead of fucking standing up, I'm hanging off a side of a bike and trying to get my head as low as possible. Like,
it's a different breed altogether. It is. It's completely mad.
As Chris Mondello says, kiss the back of your hand.
I don't. As I say, there are some. I remember the first one I ever done. I bought it was an old pre-injection Yamaha Thunder Race or Thundercat. Is it the 600, the old one? Anyway. But I bought it off a fella who had raced it in the Mondello Masters. It was at the time, and he had it all set up. Do you know what I mean? But I just bought this shock and like brought it out. Never done a track day. Didn't do track day and training. Done 1 or 2 track days training. But my God, man, he had the steering set up and you could turn it about half an inch.
Yeah.
And I remember when I jumped up on the bike and I went to go out through the gate, and sure I couldn't even make the turn, lad. It was cat. I came in and fucking took the steering damper off straight away. But it is very addictive when you get into, like, you see lads that get into track days. And by J's, it is addictive.
Yeah.
You get to love it. You done it as well, Ben, didn't you?
Yeah.
How did you get on that?
Well, before the track day, I had an incident. So I crashed it, I think, a week or 2 before.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, allegedly. Yeah. Oh, that was on the ice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Literally
You're not supposed to go ice skating, but
No. I blame the
He
outlet.
was taught that on his IBT.
I blame the outlet. He should have put the bike in the van and brought you.
Oh,
to
sure. I asked the father and mother, and
No.
sure, typical mother. You've your own,
Poor neglected child. My
your own
God.
transport,
Yeah. But you enjoyed the track there.
Oh, I loved it. Yeah,
Yeah, you'll go back.
definitely. Yeah, I hope to get. I'd like to get an R6 or something.
Yeah.
Like the bike I have now is good, but like I need something else, because if I take my bike and I wreck it, like
So 100%. That's the worst about it. You know what I mean? That is what you had the right idea of buying the Gixxer. Like, you don't give a fuck about it at the end of the day. I'm the same. I wouldn't bring my K3 out because to be the first, I let it fall getting off the trailer. You know what I mean? I had the bike raw off before I even get it out on the fucking track. But you're better off with
it's different when you have your main bike, because your main bike, you're scared to drop it.
Yeah.
But when you have a spare bike, you don't
Yeah.
care,
I bought that track bike. There was about 50 sets of fairings with it. There was a full set of slicks, full set of intermediates, full set of wets on rims, 2 spare engines, sprockets, chains, full R1 front on it. Bought for €1,000 at the time. You know what I mean? And I sold it then like a fucking idiot. You know what I mean? You always regret it, but it is very fucking addictive. It's very addictive. So getting back to the rally raid and stuff, right? So obviously you've went on. So say that one you were saying to just do out in Greece.
Yeah, there's a few of them in Greece. So I'm only back from doing Olympia in Greece.
Oh, yeah.
So the first one that I did there was Hellas, and then I've done that a second time. And the next one I did in Greece then was the Illyria raid, but it only starts in Greece and then it goes up through the Balkans and all and finishes in Croatia.
No,
and then I'm only back from racing the Olympia rally.
how long does these take, Eric?
So Olympia was 6 days. The rest of them were all 7. And racing Morocco and all, like, so, yeah.
Did you?
Yeah.
That's like one thing about it, the fitness. You have to be fucking fairly fit to be doing it.
Yeah. So when I first started, I wasn't as fit as I am now. So
Yeah.
that highlighted a lot of issues there. Like,
Absolutely, yeah.
So now, thankfully, I'm a lot fitter, and that does benefit you a lot because you're getting through your day without exerting yourself too much. Like,
Yeah.
You know.
I've heard lads telling different stories. Like after the first 2 or 3 days, like you can be fairly like.
Well, on average, it's about 350k a day, like, and it's split into 2 stages, and then you have liaisons between them, like, and those liaisons can be long, like.
Yeah.
So that's where you're like you leave your bivouac and you head towards the start of a stage. Like, some of those can be like anything from 50 kilometers away. Some of them can be 5 kilometers away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you start your stage, and then that stage could be 125, 150 kilometers on a road book. But if you get lost, you're going to add a lot more in. You know what I mean?
And what if you do get lost? Like, is there certain points you go to that?
No, you kind of have the cop that you like. So you use a thing called a road book when you're rallying. It's not a GPS or anything. It's just a piece of paper or it's a digital screen that you're looking at.
Okay.
And it has distance, and it has topographical features, and it has some hazard warning information and stuff like that in what's called tulip. So you have 3 lines, 3 boxes basically, and you have icons down above that shows your distance traveled. So when you're starting, that's at 0. your road book first tulip is showing 0, and then you go through it. So if you go 500 meters up a track with your tulip saying 500 meters, and then it tells you to turn right, and they will give a description of what you're turning right at, whatever it is.
Yeah.
And that's what you're using to navigate.
So basically, if you go up there and that turn's not there, you go, right, we're in the wrong road.
You're going on the wrong road. So you have to go back to your last known point, but it's also illegal to go back down a racetrack. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah,
you have
yeah.
to kind of know that I'm definitely gone wrong, like, so I have to turn around now and go back. So if you're not on the track, great, but if you are on the track and you're now heading towards other riders that are racing towards you, like,
Jesus Christ.
so you kind of have to be very disciplined with your road book and make sure that you're hitting your markers, like.
Yeah.
And as soon as you realise that, no, I'm not on it anymore, you have to make a manoeuvre to
Fuck
get
that.
back
I'd
onto
bring your one off Google. I'd say, here, talk to me, baby.
The first thing is you wouldn't know how to use the fucking Google anyway, so you'll be
Get
fucked
you
straight
to
off.
fucking type it in for me.
I'm
you
not going to
know
be on the back with you, you little creep. Yeah.
So just
what?
keep
Jesus, I
rolling
can
on.
bring you, friend.
So on the European rallies, it's not too bad because there's a lot of features. There's tracks, so you can see breaks in tracks. It will give a definite outline as to whether it's a solid track or whether you're going onto a more single track or whatever, because there's different variations of line that you're looking at on it. It's similar to topographical features on the map itself.
Yeah. So it'll show you the terrain.
A little bit.
And then when you head off, so say if you're on a stage you're saying it could be 350 kilometers, that'd be broken into 2.
Yeah.
So you could potentially be 100 kilometers at a time from the time you leave till you get to the first
it can be
point.
longer. Marathon stages normally happen between in the middle days of your rally, and they're usually longer. They'd be about 450 kilometers.
But do you have trackers around? Like, so what I'm saying is, like, if you took a wrong turn and God forbid something happened to you.
Yeah, so the organisers have trackers on the bike that if there's a sudden change in your velocity or anything like that, or the bike tips over, they can detect that, and they usually have a method of talking to you. Like,
Okay, right, like a sat phone or like two-way radios.
Some of them have it on the tracker itself.
Okay.
They can talk through the tracker to you, and you can talk back to them.
Fucking hell, right.
But some of them aren't that advanced that you have to carry your mobile phone with you. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah,
but the majority of them are now going that way, you know, because it's kind of becoming mandatory. You know?
Yeah. And the type of terrain, does it change dramatically from one stage to the other? On what kind of speeds would you typically be getting to? Like is there parts of it like is just like crawl speeds, or is it all?
First of all, you have to remember that I'm a novice at this as well. You know what I mean? Like I've done 6 rallies at this stage. I was down for a 7th, but it got cancelled because of COVID. So I'm an amateur at it.
Yeah,
you know, but the pro lads, unbelievably quickly.
Yeah,
you would not stay near them, like. But the average Joe like me that's out there to do it as a kind of a holiday and a passion and just to be part of that world, like, they vary in skill level as well. Like, so for argument's sake, there's Kieran Hayes, Megabikes. He does it with us.
Oh yeah,
he's really quick. There's a lad in the north, Rob Eady. Okay. He's probably one of the quicker riders in Rally Raid Ireland. Like, you wouldn't be sticking with those lads, like.
No.
And then Dave Deek, a lad from Wicklow. He's really, really, really.
But is there is there parts of the track where it's literally the terrain is that bad that you're really crawling through it?
100%. Yeah. Like on the Olympia, there was a riverbed crossing that was dried up and it was just pure rock. Everyone had to slow down there. You just weren't going to ride through that. Like,
okay.
It was just pure rock. So on the 710 rider I was racing, I literally had to get off that and manhandle the shagging thing through it. You know?
Yeah. So that's where
you weren't going to ride through it, as I found out.
That's where a lighter bike and fitness really.
Yeah, like 350, 450 enduro bike would make it through no bother, but the heavier adventure.
Okay.
You'd have to.
And do you have to bring much gear with you? Water and stuff like that?
So you're just carrying water. So we normally carry about 3 litres of water. You carry a few bits of grub for yourself. But other than that, you have a jersey on that. Because it's a hot climate, it's only a jersey you're wearing. And then you have your airbag vest under that. That's full protection airbag vest. So it has the arms, the back protector. It has everything in it. Like.
Okay.
And then you're wearing your knee braces and everything else. So full protection. So you are sweating all day long.
Yeah. And do you bring a few? Do you bring like a puncture repair kit, or do you keep it like that on the bike? No,
so there are foam mousses that you run on the bike. Punches aren't the thing. Like.
Okay, right.
Now, when you hit road sections, you have to watch that you're not overheating them because they melt, they'll collapse. Like.
Okay.
So you can't really go over about 120 kilometers an hour on a road section.
Okay.
But normally when you're on road sections, they speed limit you anyway.
Yeah.
And they're able to monitor your speed and you get penalties for speeding on those road sections. So because they're public.
Okay. Yeah.
know?
Well, I suppose in fairness, if you're on a full set of knobblies, you're not really in the humour going much more than 120 on any road anyway.
No.
To be fair, yeah.
Well, like in the desert on an open track, you'd be doing what? In around 150k, like.
Would you? Yeah.
But that's sketchy.
Yeah. Jeez. Sand.
So you one little fucking rabbit's nose twitching at the back end, and you soon have to back off a little bit.
Sand is hard. We used to do a few up. It was at McMilligan up the north, one of the motocross tracks.
Yeah,
and it was all sand. But it's a different. Like it wants to swallow the bike. Like
it does.
You have to keep the power on. Or
like the Touareg rally was the closest thing I ever got to the actual Dakar rally, because you're in the Mizuga dunes, you're in a lot of the dunes that they use during the Moroccan phase of the Dakar as they moved down through it. Cool. And that was amazing, brilliant. It was totally different to track riding again, because the sand is a different way of riding again. Like and again on that one, when I arrived out there, there was a Swedish Dakar rider. It was the day before the rally was due to start, and he was at them and talking to an English lad, and I'd never ridden sand before, like. And he seemed to be bringing him out to give him a little bit of instruction. So I jumped on and asked him any chance.
Cool. Did you know bother?
So he brought us out, and the first thing he taught us was recovery, sand recovery and all that, how to use the bike to get itself out rather than you exerting yourself and trying to dig it out and pull it out and all the rest. So that was invaluable. Like.
Absolutely.
And then how to climb it down, how to recognise the fall off after, because you have a wind side and a drop side, and how to rail the dune and all the rest. So he was really, really good. Like.
And in fairness, it's not something you can really practice here. Do you know what I mean? There's nowhere you can.
There's one place up in Donegal. One place up in Donegal apparently that simulates it very, very well. Gunnar told me about that before he passed away. Like,
okay.
And I never got up to it. I never got the time to get up there to have a look at it. You know.
Yeah. So how long does it take? Talking about time, from the time, say, if you're doing typically some of them rallies, how long are you gone for altogether? Like
about 10 days.
About 10 days.
Yeah.
Is it expensive to get into? Obviously, outside of the bike.
Yeah, European rally with your shipping the bike over, your service support with Noel and Rally Raid Ireland, and your entry and everything into it with your hotels and all the rest. About $3,500 to $4,000.
That's not bad though, to be
fair.
But
if you do one of the desert rallies, it escalates.
Yeah, okay.
So the Touareg rally was just over 7,000 all in.
Holy shit, man! Yeah, right. Fuck.
But then you have to buy your bike parts and your spare mousses, your spare tires, and all that go at now. So it can be a little bit more than that, depending on what you want to commit.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah. Have you plans? Have you any more afoot now? Is it usually summertime, or do they go all year long? Or
for me, they do go all year long. But for me, Christmas is our family time. Our family's Christmas nuts. So I can't go on the run up to Christmas in case anything happens. I can't go during the Christmas period and into New Year. So it normally doesn't happen then. But a lot of lads do it then to try and get out of the winter of Ireland to a warmer climate and compete and something like that. Like. Yeah. So Noel would put on probably 5 or 6 rallies that he's committing to, that he's going to bring the truck to. So that's what we're waiting on now at the minute to see what ones he's committing to next year. There is one that they're doing, I forget the name of it now, but that's full already. There's a lot of lads prepping for that one. But outside of that, he hasn't committed to any of them yet. Yeah. So when he releases the list, then the rest of us will all jump on board. And I bought the bike now. I bought the Cove 450 to have a lighter bike, of it, an easier time of it. The Tenere was amazing. I always wanted to do a rally on a bigger bike. And anyway, so that's done. That's dusted. So back to a lighter bike.
Yeah. And is it a sport? Is it popular? Is it gaining in popularity in Ireland? Or in
Ireland it is, yeah. And like for anyone that's interested in it, you just have to contact Noel on Rally Raid Ireland, which is on Instagram, Facebook. He's all over the place. And he runs some rally training days on the run up to rallies, so that the lads who are doing it can get out and about, but lads who are interested in can also drop down, learn how to read road books, give it a go. Yeah. And then decide whether it's something that they want to achieve by going to an actual rally and trying it or what. But on every rally, there's 2 or 3 people that are doing it for the very first time. Yeah,
boys, it sounds like a good crack. Are you mostly on the pegs when you're riding? Is it on the pegs for the majority of it? Yeah.
Especially on the desert rally, we're up on the pegs all the time.
Yeah.
On the if you weren't in the dunes itself, you were sitting down, getting weight on the back wheel. Okay. And even in some of the flat dunes, like when you're on the flats in between dunes, you'd be sitting on the back wheel trying to get that thing spinning and getting grip. Like.
Yeah.
Most of it, you're standing up.
Standing up, yeah. Jesus. That's cool crack when you get anything like that. But if you get a bunch of lads and that, It's just the best. I say when we used to do the motocross and that, we started off just doing track days and that. And
Yeah.
we used to go around all of them, and sure, we hadn't a clue. Like we were useless, but sure, it was just a crack. And then at the end of it, talking about it. And remember, there's a track down in Cork, Vernon Mount. It's what it's called down in Cork, a motocross track. And anyone that's into motocross will have heard of it. But remember the first day? I think this might have been the second track day we ever did. Like, you know what I mean? And we landed down there. There's 3 of us. We pulled the dirt bikes out of the van and the whole. I had them setting up. This lad pulls in, top-notch camper, workshop in the back, all the bikes, all the spare. This lad had the business. And he came over and he was chatting to us anyway. And I'd say he knew we'd be the head of us. We hadn't a clue what we were getting ourselves in for. And he says, have you been here before? And we were like, no, never here, no. Oh, yeah. And he says, have you walked the track? What do you think of the track? And we says, no, we didn't walk it at all, no. And he says, are you going to walk it? And I said, well, I wasn't really planning on it. And he says, well, the boys said, advise you to walk it. And we walked it. And I don't know what stopped us, lad, from loading the bikes and just getting the fuck out of there.
Yeah.
It was lethal. Now, it's class. But like there's a section of it, you're going up a hill. It's probably about 150 metres long, but it's near on vertical. And I'm not exaggerating.
Yeah.
Wrong gear. Too high a gear, you won't get up. Too low a gear, it'll do not only spin the back wheel.
Yeah.
And you did not want to cut the bike out on the side of it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like that, we done it. And a crack for days after, just talking about it, and you know what I mean, different bits and pieces. There's nothing better to be at. Bunch of lads.
And that's
crack.
what the rally raid gives me. Like number one, when I was in the army, I had adventure through the army and many things that I was doing with the army. Like, and when I kind of left it, I was on the run into it, retiring. That's when I said, right now I'm going to start racing because my career is over. If I get injured now, it doesn't matter or anything. Like.
Yeah,
but I have to readdress that though, as my wife says, because you now have a business that you're going to run, that you're running, and if you get injured, you work for yourself, and if you work for yourself and you're injured, you're not going to be working. And so she's constantly saying that type of thing to me, you know. But like at the end of the day, I just see it as adventure in my life. I just see it as the adventure part of my life.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean? There's nothing better than going out to a rally and having that adventure and having everyone around you with the like-mindedness of you, all trying to get through it. When you come back in the evenings, then everyone's walking on their bikes. If you're finished with yours, you help someone else with theirs. Like they're all, it's a proper team spirit there. Like, and that's not just with the Irish lads. That's everyone else around the bivouac as well. There's a proper atmosphere in it, you know.
100%. No, there's nothing better than it. But you're right. You do have to be aware of that. Getting the injury coming off. I got that old dirt bike here a couple of weeks ago. I was off. I had a bad old smash up off one. Was in hospital for 9 days, and the whole that was a disaster. Do you know what I mean? And swore I'd never get another one. Bought another one. And of course herself says, like, what the fuck? Like, you know, you swore you'd never get another dirt bike.
Yeah.
And my response, which I thought was a valid response, I said, relax. We have a health insurance now. Do you know what I mean? Don't worry about it. You know what I mean? She didn't see that the sense in that.
They'll find some loophole with that as well.
I know.
The health insurance is important. Like, and I found that out when I left the army as well, because the army always covered medical.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once I left, I had no medical cover. You know what I mean? Not entitled to anything. And it was 2 years ago, the missus said to me, look, we have to get health insurance. Yeah. So we ended up getting health insurance. And since then, I've had to use it 3 or 4 times purely because of dirt bike related injuries.
No. That's the worst about dirt bikes. Like, you know, on what? Because you don't have anybody that cares for you. You know what I mean? You don't have anyone that's worried about you. So no one cares whether you break yourself up. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Except me, of course. You know what I mean? I can't. So I convinced Ross here. Ross never done a dirt bike in his life. Not properly anyway. So I convinced him. I bought the dirt bike. I convinced him to get one. So there's a KXF 450 out there in the shed that I only got a couple of weeks ago. Oh, jeez, man, I cannot wait to get him out. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. On a real wet cunt of a bog, it'll be fucking priceless. But they are the crack that you have in them. It's different than being on the road. Like, it is like you go for a spin with lads, and don't get me wrong, it's great crack. But when you're on a dirt bike, man, it's but the thing what I was saying was, with dirt bikes and off roading, it's not if you get a slap off it, it's when you get a slap off it. That's just unfortunately. That's
the road riding can be avoided. In fairness, like I've 43 years on bikes and I never had an accident. I've never had an injury on a bike. As soon as I start racing, though, especially in the last 2 years, I've had injuries. I broke a leg, I've broke thumbs, I've injured ribs, I've fucking you know, like and that's all down to just trying to go faster at these events and all.
100%.
And even training. Like the leg break was a fucking nothing leg break. Like
go away.
I was just doing a weekend trail riding with the lads down in Cork, and I dabbed the foot, but I wasn't wearing the Tech 10s that I normally wear off-road, and I was wearing an adventure style boot.
Yeah.
And it flexed and me leg broke.
Oh, Jesus.
That was
worse.
Yeah, that was an interesting time.
I remember coming off the bike when I had my big spill, and the first thing that kind of dawned on me was like, there's something that said sticking into me rib.
Yeah.
I was like, I thought it was a rock, like, but it was my toes.
Yeah.
My leg went completely up this way, and I remember coming to like on the ground. I was like, I thought it was like something real, like a rock digging into me, and then the horror that came into my mind when I looked down and my foot was here, like my leg had bent completely around.
I always told you you're double jointed.
Double jointed. I was that day anyway. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But then I think I done both ACLs and I put all the bones out through my arm, and just the usual general stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Minor old scratch. Why are you whinging about your bollocks?
The general old stuff you get with dirt bikes, you know.
Yeah.
But it is good old crack, you know. So what would you say to anybody that's out there that's listening to this that's thinking, fucking hell yeah,
Don't fall off your bike.
Yeah, I'd love to give that a go. Where do they, as you say,
give it a go. Contact Noel Donnelly.
Yeah.
And he'll point you in the right direction. Get yourself, if you're only starting out, get yourself a light up bike.
Yeah.
Something like a Honda CRF 300 or something like that, whether it be the L model or the rally model, if you want to have the stigma of, it's a rally bike.
Yeah.
You know, like get something like that. They're nice and light. They're not going to get you in trouble. And start learning how to dirt ride first.
Yeah.
Even get yourself an enduro bike and head off and do some enduro events when they open back up again. You know?
That's the thing. Is there many enduro trails in Ireland that are open to people?
There's nothing that's open.
No,
you know.
It is a real
You're
pity,
either
like.
on Quilcha owned land,
which you're not
you're
supposed
on
to be
privately owned farmland,
Yeah.
or you're in mountain parks.
Yeah, that's
what I mean?
you know, that is the thing. Like, you look at the likes of the States and Australia and stuff like that. There's so much public land that there is designations for that, but there is nothing for like that here.
Never even mind the States. All you have to do is get on a ferry and go over to Wales, and the world is your oyster, because the
I see.
Trans-European Trail exists all the way through England and Wales, Scotland.
Okay, so
You know,
that's
like,
what's the
so-
story with that? You just rock up and work away.
You just download the map tracks. It's all open to public. They're public byways, and you can spend hours on end over in Wales every single day just riding on tracks.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And you'll
yeah,
have an
yeah.
absolute ball. Like,
Yeah.
And the Trans-European Trail tracks are marked as kind of hard, difficult, medium, and whatever. And they have little rat routes around for anyone that doesn't want to attack a harder climb or a harder section.
Yes.
So you can download the tracks for that. You can go and fill your boots over there, you know. There's nothing
but
in
wouldn't it
Ireland.
be great if there was
I think
something
Ireland
there?
is the only country that doesn't have a Trans-European Trail.
I well believe it, man. I would well, but again, it's down to that because it's all privately owned, Quilch owned.
Yeah.
They don't want you fucking out on it anyway. Do you know what I mean?
It's very difficult.
Yeah, it is. That's the hard part of it. There's a race that was on. Used to be. I think it's in Australia every year. Is it Spink?
It's the desert thing. Yeah.
Yeah, or Fink. Yeah. Have you ever been to that, or
No.
is that something along the lines of it? I've heard just to complete it is a massive
Just to complete
achievement.
any rally is a massive achievement. And
Yeah.
that's the goal of anyone that goes.
Yeah.
Is to finish the rally. Like the lads that win the rallies, like for argument's sake, you know Chris Birch.
Yeah.
On the first Olympia that we did, first Hellas that we did, he was competing in the same class as me.
Good
all right,
way,
which
right.
was the M6. Okay, class. Just classification of CC of engine, because I was on a 525, I was over the 450 threshold, so I was ended up.
So that's the way it goes. It's just purely. It's not down to skill level. It's just down to the bike.
CC of the bike. Yeah.
Oh, right.
All right, so he ended up in air class, like, but at the end of the 7 days, he was 10 and a half hours ahead of second place.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Totally different breed of animal.
Yeah, I know.
And on the Olympia rally this year, now I placed probably the best I ever did in a rally on this one, in the boy cylinder class, which there was only 10 of us, but I placed fifth, which is the highest I ever placed. And there's never really loads in the bigger cylinder classes, like.
Yeah.
But the 4 riders that were in front of me, the number 4 was a KTM rider, who was backed up by factory KTM, and the other 3 that was in front of me were all Yamaha racing team.
Fucking hell.
You know,
They're all in your group. Like,
Yeah, and they were well ahead of us. But that's the buzz. You're racing. Yeah, I'm never going to see those lads.
Yeah.
All right. Now on that one, on that rally,
Unless you're coming back, the way you shouldn't have been going.
on that rally we did see them.
Yeah.
Just for a second.
Go ahead.
Because when we were doing the marathon stage, normally on a rally you start with the fastest riders first, and then it knocks back through your placings. So wherever you came that day is where you're going to leave the following day. You know what I mean? And
So
that
there's
keeps the fast riders ahead of the slow riders.
So
and keeps
for
the track clear for them.
the first day, there's no qualifying. There's no
No,
qualifying.
there's a qualifying. First day you
there
start
is.
by race number. It's called what is it? Your prologue.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And that decides the starting lineup then, right? So you only have a very short section. It's probably only about 35k. All right. And everyone does that as quickly as you can.
Yeah.
And from that, you get your fastest rider right through to your slowest rider. And that's the starting format for the following day.
Okay.
So the fast riders are always in front of the slow riders.
Yeah.
And you're never going to see them. They start first and they're gone. They open the track for everyone else. So on those rallies, who you eventually end up racing is the lads that are around you, because you're all kind of the same pace.
Yeah,
so you start to see the same people all the time. You start to have a bit of crack with them, and they're the ones that you end up racing against. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
So you're not worried about the fast guys. You're never going to see
No.
them. But on that rally, on the marathon stage, we had to cross from one side of Greece to the other, and that was 450k or 55k, something like that. We stayed overnight, which is non-supported. So you just park your bike in the bivouac. You're not allowed to touch it after you park it, and then the following day you come in, you pick it up, and you ride back. Okay. So the following day, because they were worried about the slower riders not making the time back in, they started with the slowest rider first. And the fastest riders went last. So they eventually caught you. And they just tore past you.
Well, that'd be cuntish been the first one, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
No, I would like that.
On the prologue with Chris Birch, I came into a left-hand corner on mine, and I hit a break in the track, which flipped me over the handlebars. And he was on a 1090 KTM, and I could hear this thing barping up the road behind me, like. And I just rolled off the track, and he drove over me bike. He used it for traction. He just lifted the wheel and went straight over it.
Oh, God, didn't give a fuck. I was going to stop
So claim to fame, Chris Birch ran over me bike.
Jesus Christ.
But they're a different animal altogether.
Yeah.
But you don't even think you're them, because if you try and
but then
them,
again,
you're going to kill yourself.
If you have lads like some of them lads that have access to train, you know what I mean? We used to be the same. We used to, like in motocross, you have MX1, MX2, Bs and Cs. They're your kind of groups. And then you go off at the start of any race, you go off and you do your qualifying. Yeah. And then you do, like, it could be, I think it's a 10-minute qualifying session, and then that depicts what group, but you know what group you're going to be in. Yeah. And then that depicts, where you're going to be. And like, we used to be looking at the MX1 lads, you know what I mean? And there's a couple lads around, and you're like, geez, these lads are absolutely unreal. Then we went one weekend, there was a round of the actual British Motocross Championship was on up in Desert Martin, Tyrone. Yeah. And we went up to look at it, and boys, a different league altogether. But again, there's hundreds of motocross tracks over in the UK. Like, you know what I mean? There's people have access to them, whereas there fucking isn't here. Like, that's the
But that's the thing about the rallying, is that anyone that's thinking about getting into it, it's not, you're not going to be racing against Chris Birch and all. They're going to be in the bivouac in the evening. You're going to see them, those type of riders. The Yamaha GYTR racing team, they're going to be there if they have the bikes at that rally, and you're going to be able to talk to the lads and all the rest of them. They're very nice. They chat away to you and all the rest. Like, they even come up when you're in front of them and they're passing you, and they slap you in the ears and say, "There's something wrong. Why are you not going faster?"
So that bike has a second gear.
You're on the same bike as them. It's just they have better suspension, and they're just going, "Why are you going that slow?"
That'll do a lot for the confidence.
Tell the truth, the bigger fucking balls, boy.
That happened on a speed section on a public road. I was going, I'm doing the speed limit. Get moving.
Okay, man. Yeah, that'll be so fucking crack. Jesus Christ. So, Paddy Dakar, anyway, that's more or less, if you get your entry into that, if you do a bit of practice, get your bike, get a bit of a feel for it.
The same thing with the Paddy Dakar. If you've no off-road experience at all, and it fires back up into its full entity, some of the points that they mark out are just off the road.
Okay.
So if you didn't want to ride off-road, but you wanted to feel the atmosphere of the place, and you had an adventure bike, and you wanted to do a little bit of tootling around for the weekend, you can go down, you can ride on the road, dip in and out of the forestry sections to the ones that are close to the entrance, get them, come back out, and then dawdle around again. You don't need to be full off-road enduro rider for any of this. It's definitely not designed for them. It's designed for people who have a passion, that want to develop that passion, that want to try it. That's what it's designed for, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Well, look, at least people are knowing now, because I'm sure there is people out there that are curious how the fuck you get into it. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah,
where to
like
start.
the Paddy started, and then the Taffy Dakar started off the back of that in Wales, and that's ran every year, and we go over there and do that. That's the very same as the Paddy Dakar, just that it's in Wales, and it has obviously better tracks and more off-road because it's in Wales.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
A lot of people do that. And then you have the ABR festivals as well. Like, so
Yeah.
that's very, very good. It's well worth going over to for anyone that wants to try off-road, because the tracks are very decent. They're not massively difficult. Any technical section, they have an easier section around it.
So the ABR festival that you hear people going to, that is actually an enduro festival, is it?
It's an off-road adventure festival.
Oh, it is, okay, yeah. But there's
so every dealer is there that has the adventure bikes. You can do a test ride on them. They bring you around the tracks. There's 40 kilometres of off-road tracks.
I'll be honest with you, I thought that was full of like 65-year-old men with GSs with a ball of boxes.
I went over last year just to have a look at it, because I'd never done it, and I said, you know what, I'll go over. I'm taking a weekend off and going away with the lads. So I went over on the Wednesday. It opens up for early admissions if you buy the Thursday ticket for at 10 o'clock or something like that. So I went over on that day on the Wednesday, arrived there on the Thursday, and literally nobody's there. Because they haven't arrived yet. So you have all the tracks to yourself. So we were hooning around the whole tracks and all. The marshals were kind of, give it over. You know what I mean?
It was wrecked.
Yeah, so the Friday there was obviously more people there. The tracks were a little bit more condensed. Saturday you couldn't really move on them at all. Like, there was so many people on them, and everything slows down. So even some of the sections get ed up and all the rest from people going through them. So they get more difficult as the day goes on.
Yeah.
And for those sections, you'd want to be carrying momentum through them, and you can't get momentum because so many people stopped in around the hazard. You know what I mean?
100%.
So if you are thinking of doing stuff like that, go over on the earlier days and enjoy them. You know what I mean? Rather than getting held up, and even if there's an accident on, you close the track then.
Oh, do they? It's in a big it's like a big estate house. Or something,
Ridley Estate.
Ridley, okay,
it's a massive place altogether.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, very well run, and the bands to be amazing.
No, I heard
the stands are
class.
amazing. It's an absolutely brilliant weekend. Like, they were starting something like the makings of it. Noel Donnelly of Rally Raid Ireland actually did it last year. He started her up. I forget the name of it now. Tracks and Trails.
Yeah, and there was camping. Yeah, that's right. I did remember seeing it. There was camping and the whole lot.
But for stuff like that to start in Ireland, obviously we have to have that insurance back.
Yeah.
And that when it is advertised, people that have an interest in it have to attend. Otherwise, it will not go ahead the following year.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100%.
No insurance this year it's lost its run already. So maybe when the insurance comes back, that will happen again. But that's how the ABR festival started, and that's how we were hoping to start that. In Ireland for adventure bike riders, that they wouldn't have to go to the UK. And it was an amazing weekend. The tracks were amazing up there, you know.
Yeah. Hopefully, fingers crossed that we'll get the insurance sorted. The next year it'll be a whole different.
So that was up around Glendalough Estate. It was brilliant.
Yeah, I remember seeing it last year. I remember seeing it. I think it was last year. Yeah, and there was camping at it and bands and barbecues and the whole job. Yeah. What's the story with the track days? Do you think you'll eventually go down the racing route?
No.
I reckon you will, man. And I don't even know you that well, but I reckon.
Not.
You don't reckon?
No.
I reckon you will, man. I reckon we'll see it shortly.
No, I reckon a track day every now and then would be a good thing. But, but I don't foresee racing in my future. That's
do you know? No. But you're loving
because when the tracks open back up in Ireland, once that insurance for off road gets back in place, I'll start doing more of that again. And it's really because of the lack of that I've said, right, you know what, I need something that for myself.
Yeah.
Where I can do it on a regular basis. And I'm not just, I love following students. I love coaching people in the IBTs. I love coaching them on pre-test, advanced riding, whatever it is. Giving the information to someone that's going to make them safer or better at what they're doing. I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
But I do like my own time on a bike.
Yeah, for sure. Know? Yeah, definitely, yeah.
Get that from the army, being an instructor in the army. Did that know of instructing?
Yeah, well, I was in the Presidential Escort Unit, which was the 2 Squadron.
Okay, yeah.
I was in that unit for 4 years, and I trained as a motorcycle instructor with them at the same time as I was doing my ADI exam, actually.
Yeah.
And I ended up being an instructor with them and a tester for when I left them, because I'd done my last 2.5 years outside of that unit. But I was a tester in the army then for testing bike courses. So if you run a course, you can't test it. So I was no longer running courses, so I was testing courses at that stage then.
Yeah. How long were you doing that for? How long were you in the army for?
I was in the army for 21 years.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
But the bikes, I wanted the bikes from the minute I went in, but the army being the army, they don't give you what you want. So I eventually got it. It was the last 6.5 years of my army career. I was bike instructing and testing.
That's
Then
unbelievable.
You weren't
Jeez,
special. Tony got another one.
Another one. Tony got another one.
Black Arden, you fucking thick cunt. What sort of it? Oh, Jesus.
I swear to God, I liked you better when you were asleep. Just go back to sleep. There was all the fucking better, will you? Jesus Christ of Almighty, yeah. And come here, with the instructing, are you as busy? Is it as busy now, do you think, with IBTs? Or are you getting a lot of new people coming on board?
Summer months is always busier than the winter months, obviously. Being retired from the army, you try and kind of take some time to yourself. So you put in what you can and you take what you want.
I love this fucking retired out of the army, like yourself here. Do you know what I mean? Retired. Yeah. How old are you?
Me?
Yeah.
50.
Fucking hell, retired. That's unreal. Yeah. Did you?
I was 43, yeah.
How many years were you in it, Tony? 22. So 22 years you didn't do a stroke of work and then retired.
But the secret is to get paid for
I
it.
know, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's the
What did you
key.
say? The army left us. What did you say?
Yeah.
You got paid for it, man.
Yeah, if you're good at something, don't do it for free.
Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I know. I always just mad interested in bikes, and I always just wanted to keep advancing. So even when I joined forces with an instructor in Finglas called Peter Bucky about 5 years before I left the army, because I knew I was going to come out to be a bike instructor full time. So I started doing it part time with him as a business partner.
Okay.
And then COVID destroyed that, unfortunately, and Brexit as well.
Yeah.
Because it affected the training ground that we were using. So I ended up down in the plaza with Tony then.
What bike do you use for doing the instructing?
My own bike.
Yeah.
F900 GS Trophy.
Oh, that's what you're using. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. By any harm in asking.
That could change in about 2 months.
It does change.
Yeah.
I've had,
Every week is a new bike.
like I have a 10RA 700. I've had a 10RA that I walked on as well.
Yeah.
I've had the 1200 GS rallies. I've had pretty much everything.
Okay. Were you doing an instructing course on Sunday? Were you out on Sunday? No. Had you students out on Sunday? No.
Yeah.
Oh, did you? Were you out around Eatonderry Road direction? Did you go?
No, Parky usually goes out Eatonderry Road direction. Yeah.
Does he ride an Africa Twin?
No, a 10RA. A KTM 950, 1290 Adventure.
Oh,
No,
is
because
he?
there was some bowl cunt on a silver Gixxer 1000 past the whole lot of them.
I thought it was James.
There is Scully has a silver Africa Twin Adventure Sport. He's the only one that has an Africa Twin at the minute.
No, there was 2 instructors anyway, and they loaded them. But allegedly, a Gixxer 1000 may have went out by them. But I just wasn't sure.
Most of us, we normally head out towards Rochford Bridge,
Yeah.
Tyrrell's Pass, out towards the Tullamore bypass into Mullingar.
Yeah.
Mullingar out through Casa Pollard.
Good
Casa
roads.
Pollard out
Nice
to
roads, man.
4.
Lovely roads. Yeah.
We do stop at with Jane at the 4 Abbey coffee shop.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
and then we make our way
That
in
place
towards.
we were.
That's the place where you get the big fry. Right,
This that told
Yeah.
us.
Yeah.
You get a big.
No, it's only a sponge cake. Or
Yeah. We went in absolute. Remember, we were fucking starving. Tony was because he was saying you get a savage breakfast. We went into this, but I knew within 5 minutes. Says, "But there's no breakfast in this place."
No,
We
she's
settled
only
for
a coffee shop. So,
Yeah,
but
it
she
was
makes
lovely,
all her
though.
own cakes and all. in
Yeah,
fairness,
yeah,
and it's
no,
lovely.
it was fucking grand. We had to settle for a lump of sponge cake or cheesecake.
Yeah,
But it was grand. We didn't
well,
complain.
yeah,
We all call Jane Mammy, like, and she brings out any amount of cakes for the students and coffee and tea and everything else, and she doesn't charge an arm and a leg for it. So.
Ah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, and they are
No,
great roads.
no, she wouldn't. No, because she fucking charged us an arm like to pay for all the stuff they get for
yeah. No, it is. It's a nice old spot.
Well,
So you're going to keep at the instructing for as long as you love it.
That's my life now at the
Yeah.
minute, you know, and it's not going to change, you know. So no, it's always been there, like fucking whether it's basic, advanced, or pre-test, it doesn't matter. I love helping people develop their skills and getting them through and achieving their goals. Because when you think about it, when we started years ago, there was none of that.
Yeah.
You know, like, and now for them to gain the information that I gained over the years
Yeah.
at their very beginning,
Great.
that's what I love.
Yeah, 100%.
You know what I mean?
There was a friend of mine on to me today. He used to do the motocross with me as well, and I'm going to give him a shout out because I know he listens. Alan Nolan, he only got married here 2 weeks ago, so massive congratulations. But he was telling me he's going doing the theory test now and he wants to do the IBT, so I told him to go and do it. But even though I didn't do it, because I had done mine obviously in Australia, but I said, like, from what I've been hearing from lads that have done it, it's the best money you'll ever spend. Like, it's just so well worth doing.
It does
like.
depend on where you go to do it. In fairness.
I suppose, I suppose, it's like Anton,
Like the majority of us have that military instructor background, and the ones that work with us have very high standards as well. Like the majority of ROSPA advanced instructors. Like I went to, the minute I left the army, the first year I was out, I went to the Birmingham and done the ROSPA advanced instructors diploma. Like
okay.
like the majority of us have done that, or they're Rospa Gold riders that have done the ADI course, and then they've developed their skills and techniques, and every single one of us have got together and standardized the way we do it.
Yeah.
And it's a great group, and we make sure that the student gets everything that they need.
Yeah.
That they have fun while they're doing it. That's the main thing. is
Yeah,
that They enjoy their learning period, and that they learn while they're enjoying themselves.
Yeah, sure. That's what it's all about again. And again, it's one of those things, you know, as I always say, like, a lot of lads do say that want to ride bikes, that say, are getting into bikes and the whole lot, and they all say the same thing. Oh, geez, the thoughts have to do the theory test and the IBT and then the full license. As I do always say, like, you'll only ever just do it once. Like, once you get that piece of paper at the end of it, you can ride bikes for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
Anywhere you want, any bike. Just fucking go and do it. Just take the first step.
Yeah.
Book your theory test. Get
But
the theory
always
test
be
out of the
open
way.
to learning all through your life. There's
Yeah.
always someone out there that can teach you something. You know what I mean?
Apart from Cha knows everything. I tell you that. There's nothing that man
Time to
does
hang up
not
the letters,
fucking.
Cha.
There's nothing that man does not know. I swear to God.
Excuse
All
yourself,
right, Cha.
Brendan. Excuse yourself. I don't know everything.
We the lovely little
I
spin.
taught you everything. You bollocks.
Yeah. And that's why I turned out to be the man of the AM course. Yeah.
Just go and fuck
Thanks for
yourself
that.
now.
We the grand old spin. Do you do the photo rally at all? Did you ever?
I done it in its first and second year. I done it, but I never achieved all of them, so I never submitted. Like I
Yeah.
did drive around and but like at this stage now, when like you plan something for yourself where the bike is concerned as an instructor, you're going to get a student ringing you saying, I have a pre-test that day, I test that book that day, and I need to rent the bike off you or something
Yeah,
like that.
yeah,
like, and you feel shit then saying, look, no, I can't help you.
I know,
You know what I mean?
yeah. I
So
suppose
yeah,
there's that side
a
of it.
lot of the days off that we plan to have days off on, we end up saying, right, no, look, I'm going to come help you out.
Yeah, I know. I just think, as I said, we spoke about it before. I think it's one, like, this is our first year doing it. Ross, Davina, this is Davina's first year doing it. It's fucking brilliant. It's just a savage excuse to get on the bike.
That's the
like.
whole point of it.
Yeah.
It's a
And then-
reason to go out and
Exactly.
enjoy yourself. On
And
the
it
bike,
brings you
yeah.
down these roads that you
never
never be
would have
on
gone down
otherwise. No,
otherwise,
we done 3 pints at the weekend. 3 pints the weekend, yeah. And we done up around, one was in
No,
Port.
with 6 pints.
No,
But no, that was the end of the night.
That was the end of the night. Exactly, yeah. Exactly. And you only had about 3 or McQuaid had about 17 pints.
He's
there.
only thinking about
So-
having a point now. Look at the other cunt, the Guinness over
I
there.
know. Fuck's sake. He runs on Guinness. He's 45% Guinness and the rest is blood. But it is. It's great. We done one in Portadown, wasn't it? One in up near Dungannon, and then one up beside Armagh, just out the road from Armagh, like. And then it brought us right beside where that black hedges,
Yeah.
what they call the dark hedges, which is a load of shite, by the way, because half the fucking trees are gone because the storm fucked them up. But aside from all that, it's great to get out. It's just great. Like we said a night up in Ballymena, it's fucking class.
That's the whole thing. Like you could be with your mates saying, "Where do we go?"
Ballymena, hey.
Oh, we go up to the place where we always go, and then like,
Yeah.
that becomes monotonous after a while. Like
I know,
but
I know.
just to have somewhere new,
Yeah,
the photo
100%.
rally is amazing for that.
It's
like.
better. Like for years, when you'd be younger, like we used to get up on the bikes, go to Enfield, get a coffee, go from there to Kinnegad, Roger Bridge, Kilbeg and Tullamore.
Yeah.
Do the whole lot because you're doing 150 mile an hour allegedly.
Yeah.
And you do the whole lot in 12 minutes, then you're home.
I
Do
was
you know what
only
I mean?
talking to a past student of ours the other day, and he took a week off work with a friend of his, and they went and done every single one of the rally points. in
That'd
that
be
week,
fair
like.
going now. That
Yeah.
would be fucking fair going.
But I love hearing that, like that,
Savage.
the student is at that take is achieving those type of things. Like,
Yeah.
and, like I got a text message off a lady that I trained, and she was off in Europe doing travel. So she had visited something like 7 countries, 8 countries at that stage, and still hadn't finished.
That's fucking
She had
class.
bought
like.
herself an F850 GS Adventure,
Oh yeah,
and she had
yeah.
loaded it up, and she headed off into the world.
Yeah, but sure, that's what
I have to
fairness.
say, like, you probably feel that as well. It's and all the stuff done in your life. The reward for the instructor
Yeah,
when you take someone who's
yeah,
sitting on that bike and they're shitting themselves. You know what I mean?
yeah,
They
absolutely,
wanna
yeah,
do it,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know, and to guide them through it, and then you train them, and then get all this. We regular have students come back and what they did on the bikes and all that.
Yeah.
I never had that make it. Do you know what I mean? The feedback from the
Yeah,
the sense of reward for it.
100%.
Well, like we've
Definitely.
had students that have been with other instructors, and they were telling them, "No, the bike's not for you."
That's
or
mad, yeah.
had them crying at the side of the road because their dreams were being smashed to bits. Like,
Go away the fuck.
and
yeah,
then
yeah.
they'd contact us. They'd come in. They'd see that the environment was different. They see what way we do things, and that we allow them to develop. We're not just saying, right, you achieve it in 2 days or else.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know, we
yeah,
allow
yeah,
them to
definitely,
achieve
yeah,
it.
yeah.
And then they
it's a
achieve
skill
it,
set.
and then they go on to do better things and bigger things and all. Like one of them I met at the ABR festival last year, and she was on Racer GT 900.
Oh yeah. Nice bike too. Yeah.
Never thought she'd have one of them. Like. She was after being in Europe on trips, and she was after doing this and that. You know,
Brilliant.
so
Yeah. Sure. That's what
it's always amazing to
look.
hear
It's
their
like
stories,
it's like I said to fucking Muggins McQuaid over there. I said to him, you know, when he gets into the bikes, I said, like, there'll be no going back. It's one of those things. Once you start that, you're out for the rest of your fucking life. But there's never a night now, especially during the summer. There's not a bike meet on summer. There's never a weekend. There's not a rally on summer. There's stuff to do. So it opens up your whole lifestyle as well as everything else, you know. It's you know, you become part of something. There is no fucking getting away from it.
like there's lads I know that I would never have known only for the bikes.
Yeah, he's some man for leaving the indicators on, isn't he?
No, he's not as bad as Kieran. Holy jizz. Kieran, you didn't fucking... Who done IBT with Kieran?
Wasn't me.
No, fucking...
James.
Who?
What's his name?
James. You did do it with him. With Kieran.
No, it was James.
Kieran, he's Chaz, young lad. He just never thinks... He's constantly forgetting to turn off his indicator.
Yeah.
And he's got a new MT-07. It's absolutely beautiful. But it actually beeps with the indicator. It goes beep, beep, beep. And he still forgets. And I'm 100 yards up the road and I can hear it beeping. Yeah. And the whole time, Kieran, turn your fucking indicator off the whole time. Yeah. But just one of those things you need to, you know, learn how to do, you know.
Yeah.
But so would you say you're a BMW man? With the
Well, it's hard to say what the fuck I am like. I've always had a passion for Africa Twins. That's where my passion first started for big adventure bikes. So I've always had them, and I've had the right up to the current models. Last one I had was 2 years ago, in around there. So I probably would go back to an Africa Twin again. I've had probably 5 GSs in my time.
Okay.
And the one I have now is the smallest of them all.
Yeah.
And it's the one I'm enjoying most of them all. Like, but I would like a 1250 trophy at some stage. The last of the 1250s, maybe.
Yeah. Why do you get a new 1300s?
No interest. None whatsoever.
No.
But with my passion for bikes was really KTM for years.
Was it? Yeah.
I had a KTM 950 Adventure S that I clocked up over 100,000 kilometers on. Like,
holy damn.
And it was only my first 5 years of instructing killed that bike. Like,
go away,
because I was on it all the time, and the mileage that was on it escalated massively once I started doing instruction. Like, so I clock up about 30,000 a year on a bike. Like.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, even the 6-month-old BMW, and I've had downtime with family holidays and stuff like that, where it normally would be about 1,000 kilometers a week that I'd average. She's 6 months. She's 11,000 kilometers. Like.
Be the Lord, she is great. That's more than chopping up on all his bikes in 10 years.
You do rotate them out, you know.
Yeah.
And when I lost that KTM because of issues with the base gaskets and all on the engine, I bought another one, and then that was under threat of being stolen constantly. So I said, you know, it's such a good bike, because I had bought one, I had built it from the ground back up again. I had used parts off the other one I had only bought for that one before it failed. Put those on wheels and suspension and stuff like that. Put it all onto that one. That was an immaculate. And a friend of mine expressed interest in it who isn't in an area where it's going to be stolen. I had people coming over the back wall and all for that bike.
Are you serious,
man? Yeah, constantly, yeah. So I got rid of her.
Yeah.
And I went
to
Africa
buy a
Twin
gun
again. I had the bigger KTMs as well, and I absolutely loved them. But the problem with the newer KTMs is just the reliability. So where the electronics package and all is concerned, it just kept annoying me.
Yeah.
So I just eventually,
especially when it's your bread and butter as well. Like, I mean, you need your bike running. Did you all hear the great news as well? Anybody been on Facebook ranting lately?
No.
See what's coming out? They're bringing it back, cha. The Gixxer 1000, lad. They're bringing it back.
Next year.
Thank God they fucking finally got their shit together, Suzuki. Yeah, did you see it? No. The 40th anniversary Gixxer 1000. It's absolutely gorgeous.
Huh?
Like the Beamer, yeah. Oh, she's a fucking beauty. Yeah. I'm putting the order in. Ring Paddy there now. Paddy, 2 of them next year.
Yeah.
Bang them up there. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we'll get 2 black ones. Be class.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely fucking class.
Well, as for my current favourite bike, I have to throw it out there.
What's your current favourite bike? Yeah.
The Tenere 700 World Red.
I think they're savage, man, to be honest with you. Yeah. And I do see videos of them, and the grunt out of them is absolutely... There's some lad I don't know who's always on fucking TikTok or something. and he can do a backflip on one.
Yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's some
Yeah, that's the one that I raced in the rally recently.
Go
and
in.
it's absolutely amazing. Now I've modified mine to death with genuine Yamaha racing team parts, the GYTR parts.
Okay.
So it doesn't look like a standard 10 ray anymore. Like
Okay.
it doesn't even sound like it has a full system on. It's absolutely brilliant.
They're tall.
Yeah, they're very tall,
Yeah.
and mine is even taller again.
Is it? Sorry to tell you, Chad, I ruled you out there, buddy. You might forget
Even the
about it.
seat is 20 mil taller than standard. Like everything
You're
on it
alright.
is designed to
And stick
go
to the
over things
jigsaw.
rather than. It's
Yeah.
an absolutely brilliant bike. Even the wheels and all have changed. Everything on it has changed.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
absolutely brilliant bike.
Yeah, you can't beat them. Even though Chad's not a big Yamaha man, I like Yamahas bikes. I don't get. Tony, do you like Yamahas?
I just recently got an XJ 650, 1982 one.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, no, they're a good job, though, in fairness. Yeah, they're
Yeah, but
hard to
Tony, that didn't answer the GS's question. We asked you. Do you like Yamaha? Yamaha.
beat. Can't beat them.
Yeah. Okay.
Two wheels and an engine. That's all you want. Doesn't matter, folks.
Doesn't give a fuck what it is.
No.
Once she can go and the stove is all right.
Yeah.
It's the exact same when you're looking at a board and you give her a wink, and once she looks all right.
I had the Pan 1100 there for
Jesus Christ.
Jesus, 10 years ago. I mean,
What was that one?
the Pan 1100.
Oh, yeah. Have you still got that?
Oh, still have it.
Have you? That was a white one. Yeah. She can't kill them yokes.
Yeah.
To be fair, you cannot kill them, in fairness. Yeah, 100%.
Just walking, it's, I change my bikes. Not as often as Eric does now, but I do change my bikes.
You do go through them, Eric.
It's kind of a necessity for me, like, because even with the GS that I have now, as much as I love it,
Yeah.
when like Joe Duffy BMW, for argument's sake, they won't take that in if it has over 27,000 kilometers on it as a trade in again.
They're not, no.
No. And who would want it then as a year-old bike with 27,000 kilometers on it? Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That's low mileage.
Yeah.
But someone looking to buy a year-old F900 GS, they're not going to be looking at one with 27,000 kilometers on it. Like.
No.
Yeah, but I suppose.
No.
But for that
You
type
think
of a
the
bike.
shit was drove over, wouldn't
Yeah,
you?
no, but for that
Yeah,
type
you
of bike.
If I
you
left
would.
it for another year,
Yeah.
then you're looking at 60,000 kilometers on it.
Yeah,
in
I
around
suppose,
there.
yeah,
So
true,
now
yeah,
it becomes
yeah.
unsellable, even though
Yeah.
it's 2 years old. So
Yeah.
in order to number one, keep it a bike that I'm working on, make sure that it starts, stops, does everything that I wanted to do, I have to keep rotating them. You know what I mean?
Pull the fucking fuse out of the clock.
Yeah. But
No.
Do the old trick, put it in reverse.
I'm really enjoying it, and I would love to hold some of them longer than I have done.
Yeah.
But just purely on the financial side of it, that it wouldn't be worth that eventually, and what I had paid into it wouldn't be coming back to me in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
Changing them every year or every year and a half, 2 years is always where I end up being.
Yeah, I get you. Look, it's different. As
But
I
it
say,
does
for you,
mean
it's-
variety is the spice of life, so you try a different one.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you,
Like
if
a
you
pick and
don't, if
mix.
you don't like that, go back to the one you did like.
Yeah. What do you think of Tony? Did you get a shot on Tony's the GT?
I did ride Tony's. They're a very nice bike.
Yeah.
They're not a bike that I'd be into.
Or they're not? No.
No.
What you were saying, they're more for outlads.
He's
No.
not happy unless he's jumping over.
If I was 10 years older, I wouldn't mind going.
No,
for
like
it.
as I said, like with
Yeah.
the track bike is the first sports bike I've ever owned. I did own
No
one
way.
prior to that. I was selling a Jeep once, and a fella rocked up on a Fireblade. One of the last of the Fireblades with the twin headlight and the what was it? The
9-1.
Fox eye.
Oh, the
918.
No, didn't. Yeah, didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of those. I had
Yeah.
the 19-inch front wheel, was it? Or 18-inch, whatever.
No,
So
17.
he came up on a black and yellow one of them, and he said, "Would you take this as a trade-in?" And I said, "Sure."
Yeah.
And I took it. I brought it over to Honda, and I said, "How much you give me for it?"
That was it.
That was it.
Go away.
Yeah, so they bought it in off me, and that was it.
That was
gone.
it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? I suppose. Yeah. So look at like that. Like you have a specific type of bike that you go
Yeah.
for, be it different brands and stuff.
Yeah.
Other lads are into different ones, and then we're into just a bit of everything.
I
Do you
just
know what
like
I mean?
comfort when I like being able to see over cars.
Yeah.
So the adventure style bike gives me that. I'm not tucked down behind them.
Yeah.
I'm looking over them.
See, Jack
so I
and
can see
Jack-
well up
We
there.
don't stay behind the car long enough that you have to look over.
Jack
it.
can actually
We're
look
gone.
under them.
But I'm also a tall guy, like, so
Yeah.
the seat to foot peg position on those adventure bikes always offers me more comfort, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? So, and I spend a lot of time on the bikes during the day. So
Do you ever see lads riding DRs and stuff? Would lads typically use Suzuki DRs and stuff for enduros and stuff
yeah,
like
I
that?
only sold one recently. Well, I
Did you?
wouldn't use it for enduros, but I'd use it for trail events and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
So
yeah.
I only sold an E-model there recently.
They were a good joke too, to be
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, they were a good solid joke.
I only
used
sold
to
it
have,
to buy the Covey. Now, I always wanted one. I hadn't got one, and then I bought one, and it came in from Spain, so I had the VRT and all that. Then I fitted a kickstart to it because I was looking at it as a long-term trail riding bike with low capacity, because a lot of the events when they do open up are going to be saying lower cc bikes, none of the bigger ones anymore, to eliminate the risk of leg breaks on bigger bikes and stuff like that. Like, where insurance claims and all would be concerned with that insurance cover. So a lot of them are saying, well, you have to have the smaller capacity cc bike now. So I had a KTM 500, but I decided to sell that because I had the 10 ray for rallying. So she went.
Did you ever have an LC4?
No.
And they had KTMs, no.
So I had that. I bought the DRZ. I never even rode it.
Did you? No.
The Cove came into me head then. I went and had a look at that, and I was able to sell the DRZ for nearly half the price of the new Cove. Cove. I keep calling it Cove.
Is there another one called a Sherco or something? Is that?
Yeah.
That'd be all that style of bike too, isn't it?
They're enduro type.
Enduro types. Yeah. CCM do Sherco, do they?
Not sure. Never seen one over there.
Yeah, no, maybe I'm
I
mixing
know they do
up
gas cast. They do Husqvarna. They do the Cove.
The Cove, yeah. I thought I used to see them at Sherco. Maybe I'm wrong now. I could be wrong. I haven't actually been in CCM bikes in ages. Class, man. Absolutely.
It's good.
Yeah.
Nicky Craigie and the boys up there, great.
Yeah. I used to know him from. And
they don't just do dirt bikes; they do adventure bikes.
Adventure bikes,
The full Husqvarna range is there.
Yeah, Nicky, I used to do
both
bits
adventure
and pieces.
and road. You have that Verpelin and whatever the hell they're called.
Is it? He does. He's another company. He does all batteries and all that sort of stuff. I can't think of the name, but they're right beside him there. Nicky Craig, nice fella. I chatted to him a few times. Come here. What's the plan? So, have you any other plans for this year? Are you going to any other events? Is it
for this year? No.
There's a track day on this weekend, isn't there?
Yeah, I'm working this week away with the family Saturday and Sunday, just a pre-test. So, no, I can't do it this weekend. So I have one in September.
Yeah.
That's my next one. I might get one in between there. I have to have a look at the calendar of them and see what the story is. John wants me to do one as soon as possible with him. So, John, one of the other instructors at the Plaza, who is the one that has roped me into this. And anyway, so.
right. Okay, right, good stuff.
So he just wants to get me on the track in the same group as him and fucking see what we're made of.
Yeah. Sure, that's what it's all about. That's what you have a fucking friendly competition. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, he wasn't happy on the track training day because he was on, what was that thing, Aprilia or RSV Miele.
Yeah. Oh, be Jesus.
And I was on the F900 GS and he was filming it from behind.
Fuck, are you serious?
GS pulled away.
Holy jazz, man. It's a fucking Aprilia one, yeah. Well, I'll tell you, 600's all you want for six, even a 750 is loads for Mandela. It is loads for fairness.
Well, what was the name? Pat, a racer that I know in Finglas, Pat Duffy.
Okay.
He's been at me to do track days for years. And he was amazed to hear that I was actually doing track training day. And then he was ringing me all the time, right, get a bike. And I said, right, Pat, what bike will I get? And he said, GSX R750.
Happy days.
He said it's the perfect bike for any track in Ireland.
Yeah.
He said it's similar weight to the 600, similar cornering speeds and more straight line speed. Like.
I love a CBR 600. Davina had a CBR 600 and it broke down every 5 minutes, but that was a whole other story. You know what I mean? But let's just say I got used to bringing it for a test drive up and down the road. But yes, man, I absolutely loved it. It was as light as a feather and like loads of power in it. And I used to say, fuck, I love this shock. You know, that'd be perfect.
Well, Pat Duffy's the reason I'm on a 750 and anyway.
Yeah. Well, you must see potential in you, so.
Yeah.
Come here, we're going to wrap it up there for this weekend. Thanks a million for coming on.
You're very welcome.
Again, give us a shout. If people want to get on to the Paddy Dakar and get into it, give us the name of the guy to look up to.
The Paddy Dakar, you look up the Paddy Dakar Facebook page.
On Facebook page,
yeah. For Noel Donnelly, you can look up Rally Raid Ireland on Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah.
And then for myself, you look up Dalton Motorcycle Training.
Dalton Motorcycle Training, very, very important, is right.
Yeah, that's Instagram. It's Eric Dalton Motorcycle Training on Instagram. It's
on
Dalton
Instagram.
Motorcycle Training on Facebook.
100%.
Or you could just look at Google Maps and you'll see our location at the Kinnegad Plaza.
Lovely stuff. Eric, thanks a million for coming on, man, and the best of luck with whatever endeavours you do.
Thanks very
future,
much,
man. Happy. Jav, you went and had there before you go on. Has the blood pressure come down a little bit now?
No,
look at him. He's still red. Vicious head, doesn't he? Oh, wait, he's a big old vicious head now. You all right there?
I'm a good fan.
Oh, you're going for Jez, you're not going for. Sure, he's not Tony. Ben, how did it go, man?
Yeah, first time, yeah.
No, in all the 12 holes you got in, fair play to you.
Just calm down there.
He wasn't asking about that. He was asking about the podcast, Ben.
I don't want to know your personal details, you know what I mean? Yeah. But look, you got the first one out of the way now anyway, so we'll see you out in Mandela for another few track days. I need to get myself out there next now. That's the next fucking thing. Mike, can I even end that whole fucking jigsaw in your shed?
I wouldn't give you fuck all because you can't ride.
You're out with K3, lad. Don't wreck me on, Ferris. Yours wouldn't look any different if I took a slide down Mandela, wouldn't it? It'd be the same fucking thing, huh? Are you going to buy a track bike?
Eventually, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have a good, a few quid put together.
That's the outlet. Hit the outlet up there for a few quid.
No, those days are gone. Those days, the bank of dad's over. Bank of dad's over.
The bank of dad's over. They're never over, lad. That's a fact.
Nah, but
you'll get out on it again.
Yeah, it's just like I just like the 500 is grand, but like I'm well able for something bigger. Like
really.
Yeah.
That's not what Eric said. Okay, no, don't mind him.
Only messing, man.
Yeah.
You get something.
You're not
man,
dead yet, so you're doing something right.
Yeah, exactly.
I need to buy something fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, get into some of the outlet jokes. He only has about 150 oaks in the shed there. You know? Bring on the school bikes. Ideal. Listen, we're going to wrap it up for this week. We're back on next week with episode 46. Massive fun coming up. We have the one and only Philip McAdam is coming on next week to have a bit of a chat about his unbelievable racing career. 11-time TT champion. So cannot wait to have him on. So yeah, tune in next week for episode 46 and we'll catch us all in that one. Sound like a plan? Yep. Over and out.